I sat in a courtroom and watched my husband grin as he signed our divorce papers, like it was a joke. Then the judge opened my financial statement, and I knew his smile was about to die. He thought I was broke. He was wrong. For 6 years, he treated me like a cute mistake he could polish. I was the small-town girl from Tennessee who came to Nashville to study accounting and married a future lawyer. He loved correcting my clothes, my friends, and my little job. Why work for pennies when I can handle everything, he'd say. We moved into his sleek house, and I tried to make it feel like us. He vetoed every photo, every plant, every hint of warmth. His mother called me acceptable, like I was a background check. At parties, the other wives asked what I did, then looked past me mid-sentence. My husband never defended me. Money was his favorite leash. He interrogated my $150 book purchase, then dropped thousands on golf and watches. When his mom demanded grandchildren, he blamed me again. What would you even contribute? He asked, calm as ice. That sentence snapped something in me. I opened a separate account at a different bank. While he stayed late at the office, I built my exit. I took courses, earned certifications, and turned our guest room into a study space. My first client came from a coffee shop, a small business owner bleeding cash and getting gouged by advisors. I fixed it fast. She referred me to more owners. I reinvested software, licenses, and a quiet portfolio. Quiet, boring, deadly. 4 years in, his phone lit up with a text from A, missing you already. I didn't scream. I watched patterns. Thursdays that ran past 9. The same downtown restaurant. One night, I parked across the street and waited. He showed up, and so did his coworker. They kissed in the lot like I didn't exist. I walked into the restaurant and found them at a corner table, fingers tangled. I said, so this is the late meeting. He didn't even look ashamed. He looked annoyed. You've been wrapped up in your little projects, he hissed. You got boring. I nodded, told him I needed time, and hired a divorce attorney the next morning. He found one sloppy search on our shared computer and exploded. You'll have nothing without me, he warned. So I moved my documents to encrypted storage and tucked backups in a safety deposit box. 3 weeks later, I found a Tiffany receipt in his dress shoe. 12 grand. Not for me. Then I heard him and his coworker laughing in our bedroom. He told me, right there, with her standing beside him, that he wanted a divorce. He offered me a generous payout and ordered me to leave that night. I said, no, you can get the hotel. He promised I'd end up in a trailer park. He believed I'd beg. I didn't. In the months after, he tried to starve me into surrender. His lawyer delayed disclosures and forgot accounts I had records for. He trashed my name to our circle, and the invites stopped. Meanwhile, my firm signed bigger contracts and my portfolio kept growing. My attorney let him keep believing I was helpless. It made him sloppy. Court day came and he strutted in. Expensive suit, expensive smirk. He laughed again when he signed, then leaned close and whispered, enjoy going back to your parents. My attorney slid a sealed envelope to the clerk. The judge opened it and started reading. First, the judge read my company name into the microphone. Then she paused and scanned my husband's face. Next, she read the valuation 7 figures, clean and documented. After that, his head snapped up like he'd been slapped. Again, she kept going. Investments, properties, returns, totals. Then his fingers crushed the table edge, knuckles turning white. Finally, the smug grin slid off him and vanished. The judge asked if he wanted to revise his claims about me, depending on him. His lawyer stuttered about marital property. My attorney placed our prenup on the bench and tapped one clause his side had written to protect him. Any business built without the other spouse's capital stayed separate. The judge ruled my business and investments were mine. She also penalized him for hiding assets, so the remaining split leaned my way. Outside, he tried to hiss that I'd planned this. I said, no, I built something while you were busy destroying us. Then I walked down those steps, feeling light for the first time in years. Have you ever been underestimated and watched someone choke on it later? Drop your story in the comments. I'm reading them.